To help us celebrate the considerable achievements of this man, please welcome a great British songwriter and guitarist. His unique fingerstyle and compositional abilities have marked him out as one of the most distinguished musicians of his generation, first as a member of Dire Straits and then as a solo artist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mark Knopfler.
Thank you very much for that intro.
You're very welcome.
Hello everybody, nice to see you. Hope you're having a nice evening. It's a real honour for me to be here tonight to present this. This is a guy, a special guy that it's really, when you think about him, he brings a smile to your face. It's hard, the guy really hard not to love. And I'm pleased to say that he's a mate of mine and became a mate of mine. And he's a man of many parts. And then once through the post just a few years ago came a beautiful carved rocking horse for the kids, you know, and he'd made the thing himself. That's the kind of a guy he is. Plays many, many instruments. The first time I saw him playing, I was 15 at Newcastle City Hall, and he played the guitar on the back of his head. And this is not something I'd recommend. I tried it a few times. Every now and again I try and show off to the kids, you know. And the last time I tried wasn't so long ago, and went to casualty. It's a clever trick if you can do it.
That's what love will do. That's what love will do. The spins we took together on my beat-out motorbike.
Oh, I'm known for quite known for talking a lot, but I'll try and keep it quiet. I'm so honoured that Mark chose to present me with this award because, you know, I'm getting on now, but all the guitar players you hear coming out the woodwork, you know, they're all these young guys, and you think they're all brilliant players, but there's not many of them with the touch. And I think Mark's got that touch.
Yeah.
That lovely touch. And it's very embarrassing for me seeing all them old pictures and that, you know, but like you said about jellied eels, I mean, at least in the last few albums that I've made, I've tried to kind of move on a bit, but what happens is you dig a bit of a hole for yourself in the old days, and it's bloody hard to get rid of it, believe me. Not that I want to, because I'm still a cheeky chappy at heart. But you mentioned jellied eels, right? Now,
I did, yeah.
At least in the last few years, I've had a chance to pick my own material. But in those days, we had this manager called Larry Parnes, who had a stable. They called him a stable of singers. I tell you, with me, he was flogging a dead horse. But he used to dictate to you. He said to me one day, "You're coming with me today. We're going to meet a very famous songwriter who's written a song for you. His name's Lionel Bart." I said, "All right then." So we went along there, and I was expecting this big, smart-ass Jewish songwriter. Instead, it was Lionel. "Hello, my boy, come in," he said. He said, "I've got a hit for you. This is a hit." And he gave me this piece of paper, and it had all numbers on it. I said, "What's this?" He said, "This the music." I said, "Well, I'm not very good at reading music, but it don't look like music to me." He said, "I'll show you." And he threw the lid of the piano up, and he had all numbers pointed on the thing. And he held it up and he went, "This is the tune. 139, 139, 1783967. I said, "That's it. What about the lyrics?" "Never mind the lyrics," he said. "You wait till you hear the words." And that was jellied eels.
That was jellied eels, was it?
So he starts reading and he goes, "This is it. Listen, you'll love it." He says, jellied eels, wobbling about like wonky wheels." Fucking great. "Why'd you frown and look so sickly? Slide them down your throat and quickly." I thought, what is going on here? I've been listening to Chuck Berry. "Don't bring up in the empty cup. No, I know just how you feels. When you gets to taste you, whip with a waste of lovely." And I recorded it. Like a bloody mug, I recorded it. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take too much of your time up. I just want to say this. To get an award, right, it's been all new to me. All these young fellas coming up here. There's a bloke just looked like me with my same haircut, kept saying fuck. I thought, what is going on? And he's apologising for him.
Well, you've got to really, kind of that kind of language, can you?
Ladies and
Standards,
gentlemen,
Joe.
to have done something all your life which you have loved every minute of, and then to get an award for doing it, to me, is the icing on a cake. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now Chuck Berry, you see, when I first saw him, I was 15, right? Comes on the stage, he's looking great. He's looking at that big walk, you know, that duck walk and all that. Then you come on, I was still 15, that was the Del Shannon show. You came on, and you were playing the guitar on the back of your head, right? Okay? So I've tried both of them, and I've hurt myself each time.
I have to tell you, that, years ago in 1961 or something, I was out doing a ballroom somewhere, and I don't know what it was, but I just slung the guitar up behind the back of my head and I played this Ave Nagila. I'd seen an old man do it on the banjo when I was growing up as a kid.
It was great. That's
but
what you
but
played.
what happened, see, all the kids went mad. So I thought, I'll keep this in. And I did for 37 years. And then one night I had this really bad back, right? So my doctor was...
Do you not think that might have had something to do with
it? No, it was all right up until that night because my doctor was in and I threw this guitar up behind my head and he must have seen my face, you know. And when I come off the stage, he was sitting in my dressing room. He said, come in. Bloody cheek. Come in.
And he had his feet up on your
yeah, that's right, yeah.
dressing table.
I said, what? He said, what's up, Doc? He said, don't start that. He said, this business with the guitar behind your head. I said, well, what about it? He said, don't do it. He said, with your back, he said, you could do yourself a permanent injury. I said, yeah, but my fans expect it. He said, Sodom, I'll give you a note. Oh, did I say sod? Sorry.
He still carries his own amplifier in, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe's a fantastic inspiration, isn't he, to guitar players everywhere.
He must have started a lot of kids on down the slippery slope. Joe is one of the first great British rockers. You know, there's those Marty Wilde, Billy Fury, and one or two others who I used to watch on TV at the time, and my parents used to look very worried. You know, used to look at me like this.
Yeah.
You know, when Joe would come on and playing and I think they did say, "Oh, I like him."
Did they?
Yeah, I think they did, Joe.
Well, that's great.
It's hard not to love the guy, isn't it?
It's hard not to love this bloke either. Hey, there's guitar players and guitar players, but this man here.
Well,
what strings you use? You're not going to tell me, are you?
But you've played before yourself, haven't you?
No.
You can get about a bit on the guitar as well. Don't you worry.
We do 2 tours every year, basically. We do about 2 50-date tours. In the spring we do the smaller theatres, and in the autumn we do the big theatres, but they're all theatres. I've given up on the nightclubs, you know. I don't want to be third on the bill to the booze and the birds, you know what I mean. So that's about it really. 2 tours a year and all the charity stuff in the summer, you know, a few festivals. But the great thing is I'm still working and I still love it.
Fantastic.
And a great ambassador for the ukulele, I should add.
Ukuleles are a very underrated instrument.
How long have you got?
Let me finish with this, right? I think personally they should put the ukuleles on a national health because they'd save themselves a fortune because they cheer people up.
They do.
And I wrote this little poem.
All right.
When everything is getting worse, good, isn't it?
Worst.
And troubles plague you daily, there's nothing like a short, sharp burst upon your ukulele. Thank you, and good night.